Hello, welcome back to Imperfect Parenting. Ben and Brittney doing our thing here. Just love being a part of this. You know, I've gotten to hear from a few people lately in different places. We've been traveling a bit. It's just so fun to hear this has been helpful.
Yeah.
Because that's the goal.
It is the goal.
I jumped on your train. Coffee Kids and Crazy, now Imperfect Parenting. Mm-hmm. I like your train.
Oh.
But it is fun to be part of. And it's just so great to hear that people are feeling encouraged, equipped, challenged. So it's beautiful.
Yeah, wow. It is pretty fun. Lots of people have told us how much they love listening. And, you know, going from once a month to every week is a pretty big deal, and more content out there. We've actually doubled, almost tripled the amount of listeners that we've had just by doing this and the downloads. So that's pretty fun.
It's awesome.
We just did, I got a notification last week, maybe, that we hit 250,000 downloads. So
come on.
Pretty cool.
And all healthy families.
From parenting to marriage, we're all over the place on this podcast.
And some people even think we're funny.
You know, I think you're funny.
I said we.
Yeah.
But you think I'm funny. Good, thank you.
That's me laughing at your jokes. I think you're funny. So, but can you believe it? I mean, Christmas is next week.
I know.
That's wild.
Our children have been waiting for months.
Yes.
Lincoln talks about it way before it's time.
I think the Christmas music first got played in August. Too soon.
There's parents out there going, There's some parents going, I'm that person in the family.
Yeah, probably.
It's okay.
All right. So let's jump into the meme.
This is really just some wisdom.
Is it?
We're just, this meme is less funny this time, and it's really just bringing wisdom from probably some of the greatest wisdom in history.
I think you're looking at the wrong meme, but that's okay. We can do both of them.
No.
This is the meme that we're looking at.
Right. You know, stick around. You're going to hear some really good wisdom next week.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what in the world you're talking about related to this meme, because I didn't catch wisdom from this. I felt bad for parents.
No, this is different. Hopefully you receive wisdom. I'm now praying for wisdom for myself. Okay, Brittney, please take it away.
I can't.
Those that would have no idea what's happening. We have iPads in front of us, and we prepare. We have memes. I'm looking at the wrong one.
Okay, that was funny. The meme that we're going to share for today is a picture of Steven Tyler, Aerosmith. Mm-hmm. He's famously known for a song. So
are you gonna sing it?
No, I'm not gonna sing it. But it says, "Me, it's bedtime. Good night, my kids. I don't want to close my eyes.
I don't want to fall asleep because I'll miss you, baby."
Exactly. I think that's what most kids are. If only they knew this was a song that was already written.
Yeah.
So maybe the wisdom.
There we go.
That you're seeking in that is your kids are probably going to say something like this, and introduce them to that song. Maybe they'll sing it to you instead.
That could be your good night song.
Yeah. Maybe that's what they could do.
It's so tempting to sing because it's in my head now, but I'm not going to.
I know. I can't. Where did that?
And it's high. I'm going to hurt someone's ears.
Yeah. Don't do it. What was it? What movie was that on?
Oh, man.
Deep Impact?
No. It's like they go to space or something.
Apollo 13?
One of those.
One of those?
Somebody help us out. We're stuck here. We're picking the wrong memes. We can't find the movie.
I'm not picking the wrong memes.
I just lumped you in. I said we.
You did again. We can both be funny, but we cannot both be in trouble.
We're not both wrong.
That's definitely true. We are not both wrong.
Welcome to today.
Wow.
That's funny.
I feel like it was Deep Impact, but because there's a meteor coming in. Space Cowboys? I've lost Ben. Ben's gone. I can't.
Space Cowboys. Took a jump.
That's a movie.
I know it is. I don't want to. I'm going to sit here and say you're wrong after the whole meme thing. But that just couldn't be true.
Oh, it's not Space Cowboys, but Anyways, all right, I'm crying because I'm laughing so hard over a really stupid meme. That's nothing to do with
We
anything.
spent way too much time on this meme today. And the wrong one. Okay. We are here to talk about not space cowboys, needs.
Yeah, that's it.
We're kind of in a
Which we need some focus today. And we need some help.
we're enjoying hanging out with each other.
That's true.
Well, this series really we're talking about communication and just the importance. You're gone. You thought you lost me. We're here trying to be serious. Doing business here.
It's fine. It's fine.
That's funny.
Yes, we are talking about needs.
Take a moment, honey. It's okay.
I'm fine.
These people love you.
I can laugh through my tears of, I cry and I laugh and I cry. It's all one. It's just what happens. But yes, we are talking about needs. Sorry. Continue. You were doing a great job.
I just looked up and you're over there crying with laughter.
I'm just still laughing, crying. It's leaking out. You're not helping me move
I need
forward.
help. Communication.
Right.
We actually, it's kind of funny. We just recently, we're doing a class right now at our church called Healthy Families. And this was the conversation as well. The weeks just happened to coincide.
Yeah, that was last night.
So communication is a big deal. And it's kind of everywhere. Whether you like it or not, you are communicating something.
Always.
Yeah. With or without words. So I think our goal today, in the time we have left, is to spend a few minutes and just talk through how we get to this idea of actually meeting each other's needs with our children, within our family. Because there's something that takes place when needs get met, and when those things get satisfied, trust begins to get built, and our children can actually trust us with their heart when they believe that their needs are going to be met around us. So,
well, and that's the ultimate goal. Especially this shows up in mostly junior high, teenage. That's when we feel that withdrawal more. That's where we feel more that isolation, their independence. They have more relationships that they see as valuable and input. And so if we haven't done a good job of making space for their needs and appreciating that and asking that, they'll go and get it met somewhere else.
Yeah, and I think I'm sitting here thinking about my own life right now as you say that, just watching how I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I would go get needs met from friends, from different things, from things that were not productive and helpful, but there's that need wants to be satisfied.
Yeah.
So,
well, toddlers are really good at demanding the needs. They don't know how to say, I need you, or I need this. It's a want that normally comes out, or yell or screech or whatever.
They're communicating through behavior,
right.
more than words. Yeah.
And then as it shifts, I think even if we pay attention to the adolescent stage, they also don't know how to necessarily communicate, this is what I need, unless we teach them. So, I saw this video someone sent me. It was an amazing video, but it was funny because it was this illustration of this little boy. He had to have been, 7, 8, somewhere right in there. And he walks up to his dad and says, "Hey, Dad, can I have a bowl of ice cream?" And the dad's like, "No, we finished all of our eating. We're going to go to bed soon." And he goes, "Let me try that again." And it's kind of this spoof on what kids are trying to say but don't know how to say sometimes. The kid goes back up to the dad and says, "Hey, Dad, can we hang out and talk and have a bowl of ice cream? I love spending time with you." So if a child were to say that, because I think that's ultimately what our kids almost always want, is that we have this bowl of ice cream together and hang out. But he just said, "I want a bowl of ice cream." So if he said, "I want a bowl of ice cream and hang out with you, Dad," the dad's response in the video is like, "Yes, of course." And then another one is, "I want to play more of my video games, but I know Mom's tired." So, it's just funny because the little boy it's obviously this video that some adult has made, but they're trying to put on display how what kids say and what kids don't say and what they actually are trying to communicate, but they don't know how to communicate, is there's a big gap. So I love the what are you needing, but also as parents learning how to listen better than somebody's talking helps us learn how to read in between the lines or how to fill in the blanks or how to lean in and ask a different question to get to that place of a need that they have. So, when your kid's disrespectful with homework, usually like, hey, what do you need? Yeah. You sound upset. You sound frustrated. You sound like you're not being very nice to yourself. Like those are those spots where we're listening better than they're talking. And then you get to hear, oh, they feel like a failure or inadequate. And that's where that attitude's coming from. Mm-hmm. So. If you're ready for a life-changing transformation, head on over to KyloUniversity.com now and start your journey towards a more fulfilling future. Don't miss this incredible opportunity. Your transformation begins at Kylo University. Visit KyloUniversity.com today.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a constant conversation we're having in our house. I can think about a couple of times lately where I've asked all my children this question. Lincoln just today he felt like he was dragging his feet and having a hard time, and we're getting ready to go somewhere, and he just didn't seem like himself. And so I started digging in, like, buddy, what are you needing? What's going on here? I feel like I lost part of Lincoln. You all right? Do you need something? We're just through questions, it's just beginning to draw out. He's tired. He had a big weekend, and he just needs a moment. Okay, I can give you what you need. I just need to know what it is. Mm-hmm. And then I even asked Delaney recently. You've heard us talk about her a lot. Mm-hmm. She's changed her life and moved away to pursue the Lord. Really, build a foundation in his first year of adulthood. But I was on the phone with her and I said, honey, what are you needing from me in this new season? Because I can assume, I think I know what you need as your dad and as someone that's been around you for a long time, but I might be missing it. So what are you needing from me in this new season? Which at some level, just me asking that question just reminds me that our children change too,
right?
And their needs shift with those new seasons.
Yeah, I mean, I asked her last night, "How you doing? How's your heart? Mm-hmm. How's adulting going?" Mm-hmm. It wasn't point blank, what do you need? But it was the same intention. Yep. And her responses, I feel really good. I feel like, super connected with the Lord, getting connected with friends and learning the balance with Landon and work and, all the things. So it just is just funny to hear the awareness in which she's carried because she's 18. So we've been practicing this for a while. Mm-hmm. I would say even when she was a toddler and she'd have a meltdown, if I could have a window of clarity in the meltdown, I would say, honey, what do you need? And then, sometimes it wasn't words. Other times it was her kicking her foot and her sock, trying to get it off. Like there's something in my shoe. But we've been asking this for, I would say, close to 17, 18 years of her, from as soon as we could, we were interjecting this question. And then her now at 18, she's just very aware of how to find what she needs because she's stewarded that. Yeah. And so to go back to the question or the statement you made earlier about our class that we're doing, we talked about needs and figuring out what you need and what's going on inside of you because you have to then give that to your spouse. You have to then, learn to do that with your children, teach them and give to them. But this young man said, I don't know what my need is.
I've never done this.
I don't know what I need to feel. I don't know what I need from my wife. And they don't have kids yet. But I'm listening to him And I'm thinking, wow, you were never taught this as a child.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so important as parents that we practice creating this space for our kids, because this man who's probably in his 20s is now married and trying to figure out, how do I communicate with my wife, but I don't know what I need to tell you. But I live frustrated and closed off because I'm so disconnected from my own heart, which imagine what that does in his relationship with the Lord.
Yeah.
Because I am so boxed in, because from childhood, he's mentioned this. I didn't know how to have a need. I didn't know where it was safe to, which is why we talk about this so much on the parenting podcast, is teaching our kids how to have a need, how to find that need, how to verbalize that need, and then how to help protect that space.
Yeah.
So if you draw it out of your kid and then don't protect it, don't draw it out of them.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Because you're just going to be hurtful.
Yeah. That's just confusing. And
So if you aren't sure how to do this well, practice with an adult first and get some reps in, and then move to your kids. But don't draw out a need in them and then leave it abandoned. Yeah. That's a pretty just messed up way of doing it, I'll tell you right now. And it creates a bunch of mistrust. But comparing Delaney, who has had this in her life, and I see how she's communicating to us and other friends that she's developing and what she's searching for and the standard in which she's holding. It's compared to this young man who's just deer in the headlights look. When we asked him last night, like, tell us what you need, he just could not figure out how to find it because he's never been shown.
I would say as well, just to finish that story with him, is you then looked at him and said, you should go find someone that can help you with this and just process through what's happening on the inside to learn about you. Because your daddy's heart is going to need that. Mm-hmm. And, and that conversation comes from when you begin to have a family, your daddy's heart's going to want to know how to access that for you. Yeah. To give that away and then lead your kids and your family in that. Right. And I think, I love talking about this stuff, and this is still something that
It's your passion project.
personally, publicly and personally, like it's still this thing that I have to go dig in and find courage, because it's I'm not sure it's gotten easier. I wouldn't say it's easy. It's still a struggle.
It's night and day different compared to that 17-year-old Ben in the living room.
Totally.
I don't know how to have a need.
What is a need?
Why are you looking at me?
So I think one of the things to consider is we often find ourselves in these situations with our kids when there's some negative emotion. Mm-hmm. So we can even just help them first there. What's the negative emotion? Can they name it? Are you sad? Are you mad? Are you frustrated? Like what's happening here? And if we can find that, we can probably begin to get to, what are you needing to feel? Yeah. And then what's my part as your parent or your sibling in that story? What's my role to help you feel what you're needing to feel, not what you are feeling? Mm-hmm.
And feeling your emotions isn't a bad thing. Mm-hmm. Letting your emotions control and rule your entire life, that's what we're trying to steer away from. Acknowledging what I'm feeling, acknowledging the frustration or pain or sorrow or sad or hurt. That's step one. The next step is, man, what am I going to do with this feeling I have? What am I needing to help me move into a place of joy, peace, rest, happiness? Like what do I need to move out from this uncomfortable and not that you can't be sad, but there's seasons of grief. But most kids should live in that happy zone. Mm-hmm. That's just kind of, we always say childhood should be full of happy memories. So, helping them move into that space. Also teaching them how to grieve. You lose a pet and you're not rushing through to try and find happy. But I think not getting stuck on, we just feel the feelings, but we don't teach them to move into, okay, how do I get out of that? That was a season. That was a moment. That was okay to have, but we need to move to the next spot.
That's great.
And a really great, easy way to do this is the feeling wheel, which you love the feeling wheel. Tell them about the feeling wheel, Bob.
It's not my name.
It's not?
So, Bob, the feeling wheel is, if you get on any search engine and type in feeling wheel, you get about 9 million responses.
It's true.
It really doesn't matter too much. I haven't really come across anything that scares me, like someone did something weird with it. So it's just going to start with just the basic core emotions, and then it kind of fans out from the center to the outside, just giving you some different language and really feelings and descriptions of emotions or feelings that may be coming up that helps you put words to what's happening inside of you.
Yeah.
And for some people, it could be happy and glad and joyful. Okay, I need to find some different ways to say that, and it's going to fan out. So if this is new for you as a parent, especially, maybe you and your spouse, this could be a great practice. Just begin to start with, okay, I'm feeling something. I'm not sure what it is yet. Let me look at these words, see if I can find my heart, so to say, my emotion. And then once I can, if I can name it, we can do something with it. And then once I get some traction here, I can begin to lead my children in the same direction.
Yeah. And, if this is something you're comfortable with, but you don't know how to translate it to a child, you probably take the feeling wheel and just simplify it, or look up kids' feeling wheel. I mean, they don't understand aggravated, most likely. So staying in the mad, glad, happy, sad, basic space. Maybe you put different types of smiley faces, frustrated, unsure. I mean, you could help elaborate it a little bit, but I mean, that's probably the easiest way to translate it for kids is when they're really young, is really basic smiley faces, emotions type of a thing. I think they have some of those.
They do.
Don't they have like little stuffed animals too that you can get, like little face? I mean, so you could,
hold it up.
Right. You could get all sorts of things in that. And then this is where you get to explore okay, you feel mad. Why do you feel mad? And what happened?
Yep. Where's it coming from?
And so you just kind of begin to ask questions. I think that's the route that you want to take when you're trying to help them identify what was the encounter, what was the exchange, and what do they need to feel differently, and then walk them through that. So it's just a series of different questions. What happened that made you mad? Why did that make you mad? How did that feel when they did that? What did you need to feel from them that would have felt better? How could you have that gone differently? So now then, usually when they're mad, you actually rediscover that you're sad or hurt. And then the need might be they're sad that they didn't get picked, or that they're hurt that their brother took something from them. So, can you tell your friend that it made them sad that they didn't pick you? Because that's a need. Can you tell your brother that you're hurt that he took your truck and then broke it? What do you need from your brother? To never touch my stuff again. Okay, well, I don't know that he's never going to touch your stuff again, but what else do you feel like you need? Well, I need a new truck. Okay. So we need to figure out how Johnny's going to buy you a new truck. But we get to that place without holding someone hostage, without punishment, without, kicking and screaming. And really all we did is had a series of questions. And it takes longer the first couple times you do it, but after you get in the flow of this practice, what do you, I mean, we just walk up to our kids and what do you need? And it's usually, I know exactly what I need because of this encounter. Yeah. So it's just doing reps, and it does definitely change. So.
And I think it just bears mention as well here that some of the tools we often talk about are often needed right here too, to set the boundary. Like, hey, if this emotion is starting to take over you and starting to win all your attention, and so it's becoming consuming. So I would love to help you, and I'm not sure what you need, but let's have a conversation when you can manage yourself. So feel free to come find me and talk to me as soon as you're fun to be around.
which is really empowering language to them kind of being in charge of their own emotions and when they're ready to re-enter the conversation rather than, you don't talk to me like that, knock it off. If you're going to talk to me, you better be respectful, and then all of a sudden we're now in a beef when really I was trying to help you because you were hurt and sad, but I don't know how to handle your disrespect because I get triggered at the disrespect. So I'm going to tell you, don't you dare be disrespectful as I'm disrespectful in my exchange of yelling back and forth. But instead, if I empower you to, hey, your big emotions are fine to have, but you can't bring disrespect into our relationship and it to go fine. I'm not going to do it. Yeah. So I love you. I'm here for you. Let me know when you're ready. Yeah. So again, I'm empowering you to make that decision. And I feel like a powerful person to set a boundary of how much disrespect I participate in.
Which comes back to the self-control. We want to teach our kids healthy self-control so you learn how to manage you. Mm-hmm. And then, you want to keep getting back to the need conversation. That's where we're going to end up every time in a healthy relationship. Yeah. But I manage me, you manage you.
No. I mean, the questions that we often are pretty popular, and Love and Logic has them, is, oh no, what are you going to do? So if you got one person that is the victim of the aggression of the truck being stolen, I'm asking this kid over here, oh no, it sounds like you've got a mess to clean up. What are you going to do? To the one that took the truck. I don't know. I guess I'm never going to touch any of his toys ever. And then you're like, okay, so you share a room. That might be a little bit hard. Yep. Do you know what all of your toys are versus his toys? Like, because there's some toys that don't you share. So how are you going to do it? You only touch one part of the truck. How's that going to work out for you? That's another really empowering question that we ask. So I am trying to break this down, helping them logically learn how to peel apart this problem and search out an answer that's productive and helpful and impactful to finding a solution, because ultimately I want my two kids to reconnect and figure out how to have a successful relationship where they give each other their needs and they communicate when something's been impactful, because I'm not afraid to tell you that you were painful based off of the choice that you made. But I have to teach them. I love when I overhear our kids saying, Addie, that doesn't feel good when you do that. I need you to be nice to me. Like, I didn't do anything. I just walked into the kitchen. Every now and then we still have to get involved, that's for sure. But they do it on their own because they've been doing it so long.
Yeah. And that's what this whole conversation is really about, is learning how to protect relationship and build trust with each other, with yourself, with your siblings. And I think this is what every parent wants. Yeah. It's why we talk about healthy family all the time, because this is what we don't want a family that's a mess. We want a healthy family. And I think this is such a big part of it. So my big challenge to parents today is go practice this. Go ask yourself, how am I doing identifying and communicating needs? How's that going for me? If I'm getting stuck there, what do I need? What do I need to actually improve this process for myself so I can begin to lead my family in that direction? Mm-hmm.
And if you need some help, you should go get some help. Yeah. We do have family coaching at Living on Purpose.
We do.
Ben and I meet with people, and we have a team of coaches that also meet with people. And that's a great resource if you're stuck with trying to figure out this piece. We'd love to help, because that's we want your family to win. Yeah. Awesome.
That's cute.
I almost said the same thing. Okay.
Sandwiches.
Yep. All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.